All right, guys, proxies. I'm going to show you a couple of sites where I get proxies, and these are probably good enough for most people. Um, and you can just follow along what I do because there are a couple of nuances that you need to be aware of. Okay, so the first one I'm looking at is Squid proxies. This is what it looks like when you're inside Squid proxies. Okay, now what they do is they give you assigned proxies authorized by your IP. So it's not a username and it's not a password. And that means only assigned IPs, authorized IPs, sorry, can use these particular proxies. Okay, so if I go over here to authorized IPs, it will tell me what my IP address is. Now, I've used this multiple times, and every time I reboot my computer or reboot my router, those IP addresses here become irrelevant. Okay, they're just not working anymore. Okay, so what I intend to do is we go over there and we click add authorized IP. So my 183.7.341 is now authorized. Okay, so I can click on submit, and that means I'm authorized to use these proxies. So I can click over here for assign proxies. But remember, and the point being for this one, you have to authorize your IP, and if you restart your browser, if you restart your router, sorry, then it's likely that you have to authorize your IP one more time. Okay, so what I can do then is I can just grab these proxies, copy, and come over to the software tool inside the proxies tab up here, and I can click on add proxies, and all I'm going to do is copy and paste exactly the way I got it. Okay, click add items, and you can see the software automatically takes those for us. Okay, now the only time we really want to be using the proxies is when we're doing account posting. Okay, and we don't really need it for much else. We don't have an advanced viewer in here. We're not using the video views at all in here. We're not using any of the stuff from Tube SEO Commando where we're doing a lot of things with assigned proxies for particular Google accounts. When we initially sort of designed this host that takes these plugins, at that time we didn't have a thing called multi-channels. Okay, we had to go and create tons and tons and tons of Google accounts. Okay, we don't have to do that anymore. So with that in mind, with the ability to be able to create 50 YouTube channels to one Google account, I don't personally have a need for using proxies for being able to do a bunch of stuff that I need. Okay, I really don't need it. If I want to do internal linking, I do it mainly using the Tube research. If I want to do liking, it's all good. You can still do all that kind of stuff from within either Google Plus or within YouTube itself, and we can do it with multi-channels. Okay, so I tend to not use proxies for other things except for the account posting as far as Hangout traffic Commando is concerned, and in Commando HQ I use it for the advanced viewer. Okay, so the Squid proxies you get 10 for, I think it's about $25. Okay, and when you get them and you add them in here, because we've just changed the IP address, we need to give this a few minutes for it to propagate. Okay, if I start checking proxies now, often I'm going to get red. I actually got green. I gave it just enough time because I was talking. Okay, and so that is tested and it's now working. Okay, now this for me is probably good enough for the amount I'm using it, because I'm just so busy doing the videos and stuff right now. I'm not actually be able to use it on this particular computer very much. But for my virtual assistants, I have got something over here. Let me just go over. I've got something from buyproxies.org. Okay, let me just change the login details here. Log in. Okay, and I can go to my proxies and I can view my proxies. And you can see I pay $25 a month and I get I think it's about 30 proxies for that. These are shared proxies. These are not private. Squid ones are private. Okay, the ones we looked at before, the Squid proxies are private and these are shared. This is good enough for the poster. Okay, so if I come back over to the poster again and I want to add more proxies, I just copy and paste it in there again and I can add those. Okay, and again I'm going to give it a couple of minutes before I go and start checking the proxies. So that's how it works. It's really simple. Okay, and next we can go on to, actually let me just cover the downloads right now. There's nothing we need to do here right now because there's no tools yet in Hangout Traffic Commando that allows you to download. Usually what we do is we have something here when we right click that you can download the YouTube video. I might add that within a week or two, but it's not my priority right now. I've got other things that I want to add to the software suite with far more SEO value than ripping off someone else's content. Okay, so we will add it for people who want it, but not immediately. And when you right click and you save it, and when you click on there to download, wherever it may be, it will be in the right click and download here. Then they will appear here. Okay, and those settings we did initially for the 720, for the 720 is an HD version or whatever you download. Okay, and next video I'm going to cover the profiles. Okay, and we will cover how that's done and how we should use them with Hangout Traffic Commando.